Amidst intense speculation on the fate of Naga peace talks, Chief Minister Nltv Rio and other members of core committee likely to meet NSC and IM top leaders on May 31. According to sources, the NSC and IM President Kevichusa by a communique has convened the meeting of Tatar and above, and the senior members of Naga army will also be attending the National Assembly. Results of 2022 HSLC and HSSLC examinations conducted by Nagaland Board of School Education to be declared on May 31st. Results to be available on NBSC official website and other websites and on Android platform besides institutions. NDPP Wokha region felicitates MLA Dr. Chumben Murray for being appointed as the advisor of Justice and Law Department. During his address, Murray justifies the merger with NDPP, calling it was essential to strengthen the leadership of Nltv Rio for good governance. On accusations slapped by NSC and IM against former Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. S.C. Jamir, for scheming with the centre to destroy the foundation of the Naga political identity, the Ungma Sensomung Dang slams the outfit. USM in a press release expresses resentment and lashes out NSC and IM for singling out Jamir for statements on the Naga political issue. Delhi High Court issues notice to the central government on a public interest litigation, seeking direction to declare equally honor Vande Mataram with Jana Gana Mana and have equal status. Court also expresses displeasure with the petitioner for going to the press for publicizing the matter even before listing. Hello viewers, I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV Primetime News. Now let's see the news in details. Amidst intense speculations of the fate on the Naga peace talks, reports have suggested that Chief Minister Nltv Rio and the other members of core committee will meet the NSC and IM top leaders on May 31st. According to sources, the NSC and IM President Kevichusa by a communique has convened the meeting of Tatar and above, and the senior members of Naga army will also be attending the National Assembly. Each Naga region, as defined in NSC and IM organizational structure, will also depute 5 members. It has also been stated that the copy of the communique has been sent to NSC and IM General Secretary Tuingalim Muiva, members of the collective leadership and Speaker of the Tatar Hoho also. Such meetings are called rarely, and even if they are done, it is done quite secretly. A 10-member NSC and IM delegation led by V.S. Atem camped in Delhi recently and held at least 2 rounds of important talks with a few peace emissary A.K. Mishra. Well, so much for the Naga peace talks. Now, Nagaland Board of School Education has notified the results for the HSLC and HSSLC examinations will be declared in the afternoon on May 31st. The board issued a notification on Wednesday wherein it stated that even the results of the HSLC compartmental examinations will be announced on the same day. Notably, the board informed that the provisional results along with the mark sheets will be issued to all its registered institutions. Meanwhile, the soft copy of the results will be published on its official website www.nbscnl.edu.in and other websites as well. It may be noted that the board will issue the documents to the center superintendents only from 2nd June 2022, and thereby the CES will collect and distribute the results to the schools under its center. In this regard, the board will also issue the dates for the district-wise collection in the board's portal www.nbscnl.edu.in and the district WhatsApp groups. Therefore, the board has requested all the center superintendents to note the dates and collect the documents accordingly. I hope all the institutions have noted. Now, Wokha Region's NDPP on Wednesday conducted a felicitation program at Wokha District VCCA and VDB's Hall for MLA Dr. Chumben Murray after being appointed as the advisor of Justice and Law Department, Government of Nagaland. During the program, Murray, while addressing the gathering, said that recent political merger was done constitutionally and it has nothing wrong with it. He also said that it is an electoral necessity while it is to strengthen the leadership of Nipu Rio for good governance while honoring the Naga political solution. Dr. Chumben Murray said that he will work with the party principles and ideologies and assure to strengthen the party and the interest for various developments in the state. He also mentioned that it is more likely a homecoming since he was one of an active member in the first NDPP formation, which is now known as the NDPP, while he also stated that the NDPP constitution is the most refined political ideology which he admires and respects the party. He also asserted that under the leadership of NDPP, more development and progress will be witnessed in the state. Meanwhile, he also said that NDPP is regional in spirit, national in outlook, and global in its action.
Long live!
Now, on the accusations of scheming with the center to destroy the foundation of the Naga political identity slapped by NSC and IM against former Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. S.C. Jamir, the Ungma Senso Mundang has noted the cruelty of the faction and stated that it won't be dismissed lightly. The USM, in a press release issued on May 25, stated that it is irked and disturbed by the accusations and asked the NSC and IM as to why has it only singled out Jamir when the same statements made by him on the Naga political issue has been voiced by many other politicians on various occasions. Furthermore, the USM also added that it fully stands and supports our sentence stand May 22nd statements and demanded that the competencies of the framework negotiated with the Government of India be revealed to the public. It also added that the NSC and IM should disclose the content of the framework agreement signed on 3rd August 2015. Moreover, the USM maintains that it will not remain silent if Dr. S.C. Jamir is subjected to any form of harm or threat. On another issue, the Dimapur Naga Students Union is shocked and displeased with the state government's proposal to construct 4-lane stadium road passing through the government college in Dimapur football ground to link the almost abandoned state stadium from National Highway 36. The DNSU, in a press release issued on May 25, stated that the proposal is found to be thoughtless act and technically not feasible as it will create a traffic chaos in the national highway. In this regard, the union pointed out that shamefully there is no stadium except for rotten gallery structures in the proposed state stadium site. Therefore, the union questioned the motive of the Nagaland Youth Resources and the Sports Department behind the construction of the 4-lane stadium road without the stadium. In addition, the union also regrettably stated that the existing area in Dimapur Government College is insufficient to meet the desired needs envisaged under NEP. Therefore, the DNSU has urged the state government to first complete the stadium and then think of multiple entry and exit points in east, west, north and southern sides of the stadium without disturbing the already suffered college land from illegal encroachments. The union further asked the state government to hand over the proposed state stadium site to the Dimapur Government College if it is unable to complete its work within the first quarter of the 21st century. Well, now the Combined Technical Association of Nagaland has demanded termination of the 5 illegal appointments made under the Department of Chief Conservator of Forest and Head of Forest Force. CTAN has demanded the termination to be done on or before May 31. The association, through a press release, reminded the government to take this letter as final call and do the needful. The association further reminded the department to requisition the post occupied by the illegal 5 forester, 1 appointees and the 10 existing vacancies to be enrolled under the Nagaland Public Service Commission on or before May 31. Association also stated that Forester 1, having a grade pay 2,800, clearly falls under the purview of NPSC. The association further cautioned the government that on failure to address the mentioned issues, the associations will take its own course of action. Now again, the Mokokchung town Lanur Talongjam has also expressed worries and displeasure over the NSC and IM's constant attacks on former Chief Minister of Nagaland and the lone surviving signatory of the 16-point agreement, Dr. S.C. Jamir, over his stand on the Naga political issues. The NTLT issued a press release on May 25 where it pointed out how the animosity between the NSC and IM and Dr. S.C. Jamir is sadly receiving unhealthy publicity in the society when the Nagas are on the quest for an honorable and acceptable solution. In this regard, the MTLT urged for a broad-based consensus based on mutual respect and vision for the Naga people. The MTLT is also worried that these allegations might destroy the decades of peace parleys between the Naga political groups and the government of India. The union maintained that a leader in the personality of Dr. S.C. Jamir has every right to speak out and share opinions about the Naga issue. Therefore, the MTLT has also resolved to endorse the May 22nd stand of the Ao Sendan, calling for a stop to blame game. Well, take a note of this. In a move to combat the illegal collection of money in check gates, Nagaland police have set up a control room. Notably, Nagaland police, taking down to Twitter, mentioned that the control room will work 24/7 and that it has been set up in the police headquarters in Kohima. Furthermore, it has been mentioned that any individual or organization coming across any illegalities can contact the control room at 879-888-1978 and 879-888-1979 or email at pcrillegalcollection.in or dial 112. Adding to this, another feat to her achievements, Nagaland's Andrea Kevichusa gets featured on the cover page of the Filmfare magazine for the May 2022 edition alongside actor Ayushmann Khurrana. Notably, the model-turned-actor from Nagaland is making her debut in Anubhav Sinha-directed film Anek alongside Ayushmann Khurrana as the lead actor. In the film, Ayushmann plays an undercover police officer while Andrea plays a national-level boxer. It may be mentioned that the film is all set to be launched on May 27, 2022. It is to be mentioned that Carol Andrea Kevichusa was born in Kohima and belongs from the Angami tribe from Konoma. Congratulations to her. Now, the advisor IT, Science and Technology, Monlumo Kikon on Wednesday thanked Chief Minister Nipur Rio, Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton and the Cabinet for taking the historic decision of upgrading the Changpang police outpost to a full-fledged police station at the Cabinet meeting held on Wednesday. Furthermore, Kikon, sharing his happiness taking down to Twitter, stated that it is in full fulfillment of his constituency's long-felt demand. Well, a training on localization of sustainable development goals through the village functionaries for RD block of Kohima, Jakama and Sechu Zubza, Kohima district was held on Tuesday at Indian Red Cross Society building in PR Hill in Kohima. Furthermore, during the training, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals and their 169 targets were discussed, while handbook on Sustainable Development Goals and Gram Panchayats were distributed to all the participants. It is to be mentioned that all the village council and ward chairman and VDB secretaries under RD blocks of Kohima, Jakhama and Sechu Zubza attended the training. Notably, the program was chaired by BDO Sechu Zubza Kevichusa. Welcome address was delivered by BDO Jakhama Kovi Thaprai, and the vote of thanks was pronounced by the BDO Kohima Celine Tol. Moving to the national news, the Delhi High Court on Wednesday issued notice to the central government on the public interest litigation seeking equal status for Vande Mataram with Jana Gana Mana. It is to be mentioned that the song Vande Mataram played a historic part in the struggle for Indian freedom, while Jana Gana Mana is a national anthem of the Republic of India. The Delhi High Court, however, sought direction to declare Vande Mataram to be honored equally and have equal status with Jana Gana Mana. The petitioner Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay stated that in order to keep the country united, it is the duty of the government to frame a national policy to promote, propagate Jana Gana Mana and Vande Mataram. Issuing notice in the matter, a division bench presided over the acting Chief Justice Vipin Sanghi and Justice Sachin Datta directed the central government to file its response within 6 weeks. Furthermore, while hearing the submissions of Upadhyay, the bench posted the matter for November 9 this year. Well, take a note of this big breaking. After Delhi's court's conviction on charges related to 2017 terror funding case in Kashmir, the National Investigation Agency on Wednesday pronounced life imprisonment and imposed a fine of 10 lakhs on Kashmiri separatist leader Yasin Malik. The NIA court earlier demanded death penalty on the quantum of punishments for the self-confessed terrorists in the case. Security was tight outside the Patiala House Court where Yasin Malik was kept. It may be noted that Yasin was convicted in a case related to alleged terrorism and secessionist activities in the Kashmir Valley in 2016-17 on May 19. Earlier on May 10, Malik had pleaded guilty to all charges, including those under the stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Parts of Srinagar witnessed a shutdown today ahead of today's verdict. Shops and other business establishments were also shut in some parts of the city. According to sources, security officials have been deployed in the sensitive areas of Srinagar to avoid any law and order situation. The Election Commission of India is going to take graded action against the more than 2,100 registered unrecognized political parties for non-compliance of Section 29A and 29C of the RP Act 1951. Notably, the Commission is cognizant that compliance to the conditions and regulations in the said Act are essential conditions for maintaining financial discipline, propriety, public accountability, transparency, and empowering voters for making informed decisions. It is to be mentioned that the Commission has evidence of serious financial impropriety, willful attempts of tax evasion, and other illegal financial activities against 3 specified registered unrecognized political parties amounting to fraudulent use of privileges and public trust available to them. It may also be mentioned that 66 RUPPs have claimed IT exemption in 2020 without complying with statutory requirements, while 2,174 RUPPs have not submitted contribution reports Thereby, action will be initiated against those receiving donations without due statutory compliances. Meanwhile, 87 non-existent RUPPs will be deleted from the list and benefits under the Symbols Order 1968 withdrawn. On the political developments, dropping a bombshell on the Congress, senior ex-Congress leader Kapil Sibal revealed that he has resigned from the Congress party as he filed his nominations for the Rajya Sabha as an independent candidate with support of the Samajwadi Party on Wednesday. After filing the nominations on the sidelines when bombarded with questions by the media, Kapil cited that he resigned from the party on May 16, weeks after Congress Chintan Shivir or strategy meet. Notably, Sibal filed his nomination papers in the presence of Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav. The Samajwadi Party's move to support Sibal is seen to a quid pro quo after his efforts as party MP Azam Khan's lawyer. It is to be noted that the elections to the 57 Rajya Sabha seats across the 15 states of India is scheduled to take place on June 10. Sibal, who is an ace lawyer, has represented politicians across the spectrum and was among the senior-most leaders of the Congress and was the driving force behind the G23 and has been vocal and increasingly sharp in his criticism of the Gandhi's leadership, especially Rahul Gandhi. Now, on the Gyanvapi case, the Varanasi District Court on Wednesday transferred to a fast-track court a petition seeking permission to worship the Shivling, which was reported to be found in the Gyanvapi mosque. The petitioner has also demanded that Lord Adi Vishveshwara be declared the exclusive owner of Gyanvapi and that the structure be brought down, while they also sought ban on entry of Muslims to the mosque complex. The plea was filed by International General Secretary of the Vishwa Vedic Sanatan Sangha, Kiran Singh, last week in the Court of Civil Judge Senior Division. Notably, now the matter will be heard on May 30. It may be mentioned that the name of the fast-track judge is Mahendra Kumar Pandey, Civil Judge Senior Division. Let's see on the Kartik Chidambaram case. The Enforcement Directorate has registered a money laundering case against the Congress MP Kartik Chidambaram and others to probe alleged irregularities in the issuance of the visas to 263 Chinese nationals in 2011 when his father P. Chidambaram was the Home Minister. Notably, the federal agency has filed its case under the criminal sections of the Prevention of the Money Laundering Act, taking cognizance of a recent first information report registered by the CBI in the same case. It is to be mentioned that after CBI, now ED has also booked Kartik Chidambaram in the visa bribe scam case. Earlier today, Kartik accused the government of using central agencies to hunt the opposition. It is to be mentioned that Kartik's CA S. Bhaskara Raman is currently on CBI custodial remand and there are chances that he might have confessed to him. And the central government on Wednesday imposed restrictions on the sugar exports up to 100 lakhs metric tons from June 1, 2022 to maintain domestic availability and price stability during the sugar season 2021 to 2022, which is from October to September. Notably, as per the order issued by the Directorate General of Foreign Trade with effect from June 1, 2022 till October 31, 2022 or till further order, whichever is earlier, the export of the sugar will be allowed with specific permission of the Directorate of Sugar under Department of Food and Public Distribution. Now in Uttarakhand, Aam Aadmi Party's chief ministerial candidate in Uttarakhand assembly polls held in February joined the ruling BJP on Tuesday in the presence of Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and State Party President Madan Kaushik. Notably, Colonel Kotyal had resigned from the Aam Aadmi Party on May 18. With that, we'll see it on the Mangaluru mosque case. A large number of police personnel have been deployed at Malali Juma Masjid in Mangaluru, Karnataka on Tuesday as Section 144 has been imposed with 500 meters from the worship place till 8 a.m. of 26 May. As per reports, a Hindu temple-like architectural design was purposely found underneath the masjid on 21 April 2022. The development came to the light during a renovation work conducted by the mosque authorities in Juma Masjid situated in the outskirts of Mangalore. Following the controversy over the structure that was found during the demolition of the mosque, a few Hindu organizations are organizing Tambula Prashne at Sri Ramnajaneya Bhajana Mandira on May 25 from 8:30 a.m. onwards. With that, 3 Pakistani Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists have been killed by the security forces on Wednesday morning at Najibat in Khiri area under Baramulla district of Jammu and Kashmir. The Kashmir Zone Police reported that a Kashmir police personnel was also martyred at the encounter, notably acting on a tip of the police cordon of the area, and the search operation was launched. Police said that the encounter took place at one of the checkpoints laid by the security forces across the valley when Patiala Court in Delhi was to announce the quantum of punishments for convicted Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front chairman Yasin Malik. However, the search operation turned into an exchange encounter. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police Kashmir said that the arms and ammunition has been recovered from the site. Now on the international news, hitting out at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi of his remarks concerning complete change in the Indian foreign exchange, Jaishankar said that the change is not called arrogance but confidence and defending national interest. The remarks came after Rahul Gandhi said at an event in London that he had been told by bureaucrats in Europe that Indian Foreign Service has changed and the officers are arrogant. More heated words were exchanged between Rahul Gandhi and India's External Affairs Minister Subramanian Jaishankar on Twitter. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's recent visit to the United Kingdom and meeting British Labour Party leader and MP Jeremy Corbyn in London came under the scanner after his controversial statements. Meanwhile, Gandhi on Tuesday posted a picture with UK Labour Party leader and known India baiter Jeremy Corbyn, which sparked off a war of words between the Congress and the BJP. However, top sources in the government revealed that the Congress MP skipped the due procedure and had not sought political clearance for his visit. Taking note of this, World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus has been re-elected for the second term on Tuesday. Notably, the World Health Assembly member states re-elected Ghebreyesus to serve as a second 5-year term. Ghebreyesus' new mandate is set to officially commence on August 16, 2022. Meanwhile, Tedros took down to Twitter and thanked member states for their trust and confidence. He further added that he is humbled and honored to be elected to serve a second term as WHO Director General. With that, we wind up our primetime news. I'm Rinki Gogoi signing off. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. Sob Manulagawas.